All off season, I've been hearing Philadelphia Eagles fans screaming, "Get Jalen Hurts some help." Well, it seems like Howie Roseman and company may have heard you. If you look at these last couple draft visits, it seems like the Eagles may be in the market for a wide receiver. But the question I ask is, will getting Hurts weapons hurt the team? Let's talk about it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today I want to talk about these visits that we've been having, the wide receivers that have been coming in to the NovaCare complex, and what it might mean for the Philadelphia Eagles. So the Philadelphia Eagles fan base, like I said earlier, are raving for a weapon that Jalen Hurts can go to outside of Devontae Smith and outside of Dallas Goedert. We'll see what happens, right? But they have been making moves, preemptive moves that make it look like, at least on the surface value, that they want to go and get him some weapons. But before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K. We would love for you guys to join that ride. And shout out to everybody that already joined. We're at 3.3K, so I appreciate that so much. But let's hop right into this. So obviously we have brought in George Pickens, right? We saw him going on a shopping spree with Sauce Gardner. We bring in Chris Olave today. We've brought in Jameson Williams. We've brought in some wide receivers. We brought in some late round guys as well. And there's more guys I'm sure that will be to come. But do the Eagles have a real interest in any of these guys? I think that it's due diligence. I know that the Eagles fans base wants a wide receiver in this draft, and I think we'll get one, but I don't think it's going to be where people think. I know a lot of people see, Chris Olave coming in, Jameson Williams, we must be looking at 15, maybe 18. I don't think so, not so fast. I have said before, I think that this is a very, very deep wide receiver draft. I think that there's a lot of talent on the board for wide receivers, and I think that Howie's doing due diligence and looking at if any of these guys, if we are to be a team that wants to trade back, if we are a team that, waits to the second round, he wants to see if George Pickens is there in the second round. Why is he there? And is he worth that second round pick? If a Jameson Williams happens to somehow slip in this draft, and whether it's because we trade back or he does drop to the second round, we look at that and see why, and we now know and we have a little bit of a better understanding of what these players are. So I'm not of the crowd that thinks that Howie Roseman going and talking to these wide receivers means that we're going wide receiver in the first round. It's still very possible. I think that he's just, like I said, doing his homework, trying to see what these guys are. But if I am to take a wide receiver, and if it is Jameson Williams or Chris Olave, I'm cool with that. I like that. I like George Pickens. I think that their value is going to be later in the draft, and I think that wide receiver is a spot. If I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm worrying about only if I move back in the first round, just because there is so much higher end talent at the defensive positions. I think that you can walk out of this, day one feeling very good about yourself, getting somebody in your secondary, whether it be a safety or a cornerback, and getting someone in your front seven, whether it be a linebacker or a defensive lineman. So I think that there's so many options on this defensive side that I think he's just looking at these guys to see what they are, see if somebody does drop to the second round, what the value there will be. And I think that he's going to like what he sees. I have said before that I think that there's a lot of talent at that wide receiver spot. There's 7 guys I would realistically look at in the first round. And I read, I was reading PFF, and they were saying that they have, I believe it was like 56 first and second round grades, which is just crazy. Watching the podcast, they were saying that it's usually 20 per. It's usually 21st round, 22nd round. So there's a lot of talent in this draft. I think that we're just trying to do all of our homework, trying to sort everything out and see where cards fall. If, what if there is a total defensive, just run in the first 10 picks, first 14 picks, and we're just left with only the best offensive players? I think it's smart to, kind of have your ducks in order and be ready for that. But I do want to say I don't think that this is as telling as a lot of people may make it seem. I just think that it is due diligence. It's going to be very repetitive, but that's what it is. Like the Eagles, and you guys tell me if you think I'm wrong. I think the Eagles have a solid enough offense to do what they're trying to do, which is just compete and develop some players. And I think that they have a good enough offense to do that. You bring in another wide receiver, you know, in the first round, you're looking at maybe impeding somebody like a Quez Watkins, maybe somebody, even like a Dallas Goedert might be impeded by that, because realistically, we're not a pass-heavy team. We're just not. We don't have the quarterback to do that. And no matter how you look at Jalen Hurts, I don't think that's a knock on him. That's just not who he is right now. So bringing in another wide receiver, to me, especially in the first round, just kind of feels like a depth, you know, grab. It just feels like another guy added to a problem that you don't really have a solution for. So I don't see them going first round wide receiver unless, like I said, they trade back in the first round and find a little bit more value, maybe in the mid 20s, high 20s in one of these wide receivers. So I'm saying hold your horses. Let's calm down. Let's not get too excited about these recent visits. I don't think that they mean as much as media and some content creators and some people in general would lead you to believe. But you guys let me know what you're thinking in the comments. What do you think this means? Do you think this is telling about what the Philadelphia Eagles want to do? Do you think that this is just kind of a smoke screen? We know Howie Roseman loves to pull his smoke screens, but you guys let me know if you're seeing this before 2 p.m. I am going to be going live at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so I hope to see you guys all there. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It is Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here. Peace!
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do 'em in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.